Have you ever heard the shocking truth? Most people don't realize that what makes life after 80 so hard isn't just old age. It's four hidden health forces. They creep in quietly. They steal your strength. They cloud your mind. And they can make even the simplest joys of life feel out of reach. Crossing 80 should feel like a victory, but for too many it feels like the body is betraying them. Energy fades, legs grow. Weak sleep feels broken, and loneliness knocks on the door. But here's the good news. Once you see these hidden reasons for what they are, you can begin to take back control. And the steps are often smaller, gentler, and easier than you think. So stay with me until the very end, because the last reason may surprise you the most, and knowing it could change the way you live the rest of your years. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Type your city in the comments below. And if you want more guidance and encouragement for living stronger and healthier at any age, make sure to subscribe. That way you'll never miss the wisdom we share here. Now, let's uncover the first hidden reason. Reason number one is something doctors often miss in routine checkups, yet it quietly shapes how we age. It's called silent inflammation. Think of it like a fire that never goes out. You don't see the flames, but deep inside, the heat is slowly damaging your body, your joints, your brain, your blood vessels, even your immune system. After 80, your body has a harder time cooling that hidden fire. What felt harmless at 50 or 60 like a poor night's sleep, too much sitting, or too many processed snacks, now tips the scale in ways you didn't expect. Let me tell you about Robert. He's 83, lived carefully, walked most days, and tried to eat well. But mornings felt heavy. His mind was cloudy. Even making breakfast left him exhausted. Regular blood tests showed nothing unusual. But when he saw a specialist, they found high levels of inflammation markers quietly circulating in his body. It wasn't a disease with a name. It was a slow burn draining his resilience day after day. Here's the science in simple words. When your body is under stress, whether from toxins in food, lack of rest, or chronic worry, your immune system stays on alert. It's like leaving the fire alarm ringing all the time. Eventually, it stops protecting you and starts harming you. Have you ever felt that strange stiffness or tiredness doctors can't fully explain? If so, type yes in the comments. You may be feeling the whispers of this hidden fire. But here's the hopeful part. Even after 80, this fire can be cooled, and the tools are gentle, natural, and often within reach. Whole foods rich in color like berries, leafy greens, and olive oil carry compounds that soothe inflammation. A short daily walk helps circulation and signals your immune system to calm down. Even a few minutes of deep breathing before bed lowers stress hormones that feed the flames. None of these changes erase inflammation overnight, but each small step pours cool water on the fire. And with time, your body thanks you with clearer thoughts, lighter mornings, and steadier energy. Robert made small changes. He added blueberries to breakfast, swapped chips for a handful of almonds, started walking slowly in the evening with his neighbor. Within weeks, his mornings felt brighter. He wasn't perfect, but he was stronger, steadier, and more at peace. So remember this. Aging does not mean surrendering your energy. Silent inflammation may be hidden, but it is not unbeatable. Every healthy choice is like pouring water on that inner fire. And if you've ever thought this is just what aging feels like, know that often it isn't. It's inflammation, and you can change the story. Now that we've uncovered the first hidden reason, let's turn to the second. It's something even more visible, yet often ignored until it causes a fall. Reason number two is the quiet erosion of strength muscle loss. The second hidden reason many people struggle after 80 is something you can feel in your own body. It's not always sudden. It sneaks in quietly year after year. It's called muscle loss. Doctors have another name for it, sarcopenia. It often begins in your 60s. By 80, it speeds up dramatically. At first, the signs are small. Opening a jar feels harder. Standing up from a chair takes more effort. Climbing stairs feels heavier than it used to. You might laugh and say, "I'm just getting old." But muscle loss is not just about weakness. It's the slow erosion of your independence. Let me share David's story. He's 86 and always thought of himself as steady. He lived alone, cooked his own meals, and loved gardening. One afternoon, he tripped over a rug in his living room. The fall broke his hip, but the real damage started long before. His muscles had been shrinking for years. The accident didn't just hurt his body, it shook his confidence. Suddenly, he needed a walker. Simple routines like grocery shopping became struggles. His world grew smaller. Why does this happen? Because muscle is more than strength. It's your balance. It cushions your joints. It keeps your blood sugar stable. It even supports your heart. When muscle fades, every system in your body feels the effect. And after a fall, the cycle becomes cruel. Weeks in bed mean even more weakness. Weakness leads to less movement, and less movement leads to a faster decline. Here's a sobering fact. After 80, most people lose muscle at a rate that can reach 8% each decade. And that loss doubles the risk of falling. One single fall can raise the chance of losing independence by more than 50%. Have you noticed it feels harder to rise from a chair or carry something you once lifted with ease? If yes, type 2 in the comments. I'd love to know how you've experienced these changes. But here's the hope. Muscle loss is not destiny. Even at 85 or 90, your body can grow stronger again. David's doctor encouraged him to start small. Gentle daily walks, lifting light weights, even soup cans 2 or 3 times a week, adding more protein-rich foods like beans, eggs, or salmon, stretching slowly each morning to keep joints flexible. Within months, David noticed change. His legs felt steadier, he stood taller, and most of all, his confidence returned. He wasn't training for a marathon. He was simply strong enough to enjoy life again. Think of your muscles as silent guardians. They lift you from bed. They carry your groceries. They let you kneel in the garden and rise again. They protect you from becoming fragile. Without them, freedom slips away faster than most people realize. But with them, your body remains a home you can rely on. So as we close this second reason, hold on to this truth. Muscles are not just flesh. They are the framework of independence. Feed them, move them, protect them, and they will carry you longer than you imagine. Now let's move to the third reason. It doesn't begin in your muscles or joints. It begins in the night when your body is supposed to heal, but often doesn't. Reason number 3 is poor sleep. The third hidden reason is often brushed aside as just part of getting older. But the truth is far more serious. It's poor sleep. Many people shrug and say, "Of course I wake up 3 or 4 times a night. That's normal for my age." But broken sleep is not harmless. Sleep is not just rest, it's your body's repair shop. At night, your brain clears out waste. Your cells rebuild. Your immune system resets. Your heart takes a moment to recover. When that repair time is cut short, the damage slowly piles up. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 87 and always believed her sleep troubles were simply part of aging. She went to bed tired, woke up tired, and carried that fatigue through the day. At first, it was small things: misplacing her keys, feeling irritable, catching colds more often. But gradually, her memory slipped. Her balance grew worse, and she realized what was really at stake: her independence. Have you noticed the same thing? You sleep but never feel truly rested. If that sounds familiar, type 3 in the comments. Science is clear. Poor sleep raises the risk of memory loss, heart disease, depression, and even falls. In fact, one study found that adults over 80 who slept poorly were twice as likely to suffer cognitive decline. Why does this happen? Because without deep restorative sleep, the brain can't clear toxins. The immune system stays weak, and the body begins each day already behind. But here's the good news. Even at 80 or 90, sleep can be improved with gentle, natural habits. Linda started with small steps. She turned off the TV earlier and avoided bright screens before bed. She made her room darker, cooler, and quieter. She replaced late coffee with calming tea, and she practiced slow breathing for a few minutes before sleep. Within weeks, she noticed the difference. Her mornings felt lighter, her focus sharper. She even felt steadier walking around her garden. Remember, this sleep is not a luxury, it's medicine. Every good night of rest is like a gift you give to your brain, your heart, and your future self. If you've been telling yourself poor sleep is just part of aging, know this: it doesn't have to be. Even small changes can bring back nights of healing and days of clarity. So as we close this third reason, hold on to this truth. Better sleep is possible, and when you improve your nights, you also protect your days. Now let's uncover the fourth hidden reason. It's not in your blood, your muscles, or your sleep. It lives in your heart. Reason number 4 is loneliness. The fourth hidden reason is not something you can see on a blood test. It doesn't show up in x-rays or scans, but it weighs heavily on the body and the mind. It's loneliness. Loneliness is more than just feeling alone. It's a quiet stress that seeps into your heart and your health. Studies show it can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises the risk of heart disease, memory loss, depression, and even early death. Let me share Susan's story. She's 84, a widow, and her children live far away. Her days grew quiet, her meals lonelier, her phone rarely rang. At first, she thought she was coping, but soon she noticed her energy dropping. Her motivation faded. She skipped her daily walks. Her heart felt heavy. When Susan finally joined a local seniors group, things began to change. She started playing cards once a week, shared meals with neighbors, laughed again. Her mood lifted. Her energy returned. It wasn't medicine, it was connection. Have you felt that ache of loneliness yourself? If yes, type 4 in the comments. You're not alone, and acknowledging it is the first step. Here's the truth. Loneliness doesn't just hurt the spirit. It triggers stress hormones. It weakens the immune system. It makes recovery slower after illness, and it can even shorten life expectancy. But there's hope. Connection is powerful medicine. That doesn't mean you need a crowd. Sometimes one good friend, one weekly gathering, or even regular phone calls can make a world of difference. Volunteering, joining a walking group, attending church or community events, these small steps can reawaken joy. Susan's story reminds us of this. We are wired for connection. Our bodies and minds thrive when we feel seen, heard, and valued. And at 80, 90, or beyond, the need for companionship is as vital as ever. If you've been isolating yourself, take one gentle step today. Call a friend, smile at a neighbor, join a group that interests you. Each small act is like sunlight breaking through a cloudy sky. So remember this: loneliness is not weakness, it's a signal, a call for connection. And when answered, it brings strength, health, and life back into focus. Now that we've uncovered the fourth and final reason, let's bring everything together. Because understanding these hidden forces is just the beginning. What you do next can shape not just how long you live, but how fully you live. So now we've uncovered the 4 hidden reasons life after 80 can feel harder than it should. Silent inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, and loneliness. Each one works quietly, but together they can take away your strength, your confidence, and your joy. But here's the powerful truth: none of them are unbeatable. With small, steady steps, eating real food, moving your body, protecting your sleep, and reaching out for connection, you can cool the fire, rebuild your strength, restore your energy, and brighten your spirit. Aging is not surrender. It's another chapter, and how you live it is still being written. Your choices today are the ink on those pages. Think of every walk, every fresh meal, every deep night of rest, and every shared conversation as a gift you give your future self. You don't need perfection, you just need persistence. And with each step, you create a stronger, steadier, more meaningful life well beyond 80. If this message has encouraged you, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 reasons spoke to you the most today? Type it in the comments below. And if you want more wisdom, guidance, and encouragement for living healthier and stronger at any age, make sure to subscribe. That way you'll never miss the next video we share here. Stay hopeful, stay steady, and remember, your story's not over yet. It's still unfolding, and you have the power to shape it.